should I bring this like zoom it in, or do you think this is good?
I think it's is that Bush new?
No, it's in there every episode. I hope I never go missing because you're gonna be like, I think we were.
Is it real, that bush?
Don't even look at it again and take a wild guess, knowing me if that bush
that's not a real bush, but it's been here a while. All right.
It's Stacey and it's Bryan. It's Stacey and Bryan.
It's like charcuterie.
Get your backbone out.
Sangria, and then you get your backbone out.
It's Stacey and it's Bryan. It's Stacey and Bryan.
I really dropped the ball. If we can just, be real, I feel like I really dropped the ball this week with our professionalism on the pod.
What do you mean?
Well, I just had a real debaucherous week of summer, and then I was like, Bryan, I can't edit till the weekend.
That's fine.
I couldn't even get around to sending you files because of the debauchery.
I'm at my apartment feeling bad that I'm not contributing, so don't worry.
Look at us, just both feeling bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for the space, and don't feel bad. I just can never get help, admit help.
Tell me what you did this week that was so debaucherous.
Well, before we get into that, I would like to try this drink because I'm scared it's now watered down with the ice. But I had offered Bryan sort of a fun beverage before we started, which is a Ghia sumac and chili.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored, but open.
Yeah. Find people at Ghia sumac and chili.
And it's sort of a spicy yuzu drink. It's a juice.
Oh, yuzu. The citrus that they were really hyping up about 2 years ago.
And I just thought, I offered him one just casually before we recorded, and you said, let's save the taste for the pod.
Sure.
So cheers to the third episode and to everyone out there. And let's do a taste test. I like that.
Oh, it's fucking dreadful. Oh, God.
Oh, I like it.
What do you like about that? That's one of the most bitter. Ugh, that's so bitter.
Oh, I like that. Oh, that's good.
Oh, I hate it.
Well, do you like, when you were drinking, did you ever do a Negroni? It's an aperitif. It's a non-alcoholic aperitif. So I think it's supposed to mimic like a cocktail, like a sipper.
Right. So that bitter hell that is in my mouth, that we're all supposed to be enjoying that.
This is everything.
Is that the sumac that's on? Ugh.
I love how fiery it is. It's got chili peppers.
What are you talking about?
I like it.
There's nothing fiery about it.
It's so spicy.
It is. No, it's not.
Here, try mine from the can because I think I might have ruined it with the ice.
I don't think I'm gonna try it from the can.
Is that a germ thing?
Yeah.
We need to talk about that
okay,
later.
I just don't want to do that, but that's okay.
But I'm like free and clear.
Yeah, me too. I got tested last week.
Did you?
No.
Oh,
That's what everyone says though.
Oh, I know. I can't get a doctor, so I'm just trust me.
I
don't like it.
No, it's not spicy at all.
Oh.
And it's bitter. I feel like
I know, but
it's really ruining my. I hate it, but I'm gonna have it.
No. Please don't finish it. I'll finish it. Don't drink it if you don't. First of all, don't not like it and get near the mic because it's really upsetting. I really like this. It's kind of like a Negroni, kind of like an old fashioned. I would do this on ice. Oh, and hear me out. A little bit of a cherry in the glass
for the sweetness.
Just for the chicness, and it looks good in the cup, and I freaking love this thing.
I feel like that bitter taste that I'm tasting, that needs to go with alcohol.
No, but this is
what you don't just want that alone.
But this is a non-alcoholic.
I know, but it's missing is the alcohol. That is what
I know,
makes it,
but what it's giving is an alcohol energy. Without the alcohol. Like it literally says, for those who like it hot, our signature bitter aperitivo spritzed with the crimson of sumac and the kick of chili. Sharp and fiery like a night at the cha-cha.
There's someone out there they're like, I don't drink. And here's what the taste I'm looking for tonight. I want spicy and bitter. That's it.
I do. I love this thing. It says, crack it open, turn on the music, taste the bite, enjoy the night.
Wow.
That's the name of the pod. Taste the night, or no, what is it? Taste the bite, enjoy the night.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Oh, I love that.
I might combine it with the bubbly lime.
Yeah, but don't.
Needs about a cup of sugar. That's what I think.
Let's talk about it, because there's two types of people. There's people who are just going to fight through the drink and the meal because it's there and it's whatever. Or people that are like, no, thank you. I'm going, no, thank you. If I don't like it, I'm not eating it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to have any more of that.
Okay, good. I don't want you to like sit there because it's been poured. You have to. I'm feeling it in my chest. I love it.
It's a little bit spicy, but.
I like it. Ooh, I'm going to buy a ton of these.
Wow.
I mean, I think if you chugged a couple, this would be Heartburn City. But if you're like out or you're at a house party, you just want like a little thing in a glass that you kind of sip, this would be good.
Yeah, man, I don't think so. We're not getting sponsored, I guess.
Half of us will.
Half of us will, yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
you'll get the Ghia sponsor.
Yeah, and if you're nice enough, maybe I'll buy you a hotel for my vacation that you give me.
Well, hey, if they can come up with a flavor that I like,
There's tons. There's lime and chili. I'll buy some more. I'll do a variety pack and we'll do a proper Ghia taste test.
Sure.
Okay, so let's get into my debaucherous week and then we can talk about what's going on with you and your germs.
Yeah.
Okay, so the summer has taken me, Brian, in the sense of like, there are no rules.
No.
I'm eating everything.
Sure.
I have been drinking. I've gone day to night. I like meeting friends in the afternoon for a couple glasses of wine. And then it's like, do we make a fun dinner, Rezo? That's too much.
What are you eating?
Okay, so I've done a decadent sushi meal. Do you like sushi?
Of course.
We've got to go to this place. It was very expensive, but the wine was flowing. And you know, at that point you go, oh, what's money?
Is it the omakase? Is that what you got?
Is it when like the chef prepares?
Yeah, and you get like one little bite at a time? Is that a new place on Dundas? Is that where you went?
Yorkville.
Oh, wow, Yorkville.
MSSM or SMMS or
Yorkville could set you back.
$100
Oh,
prefixed.
that's all right.
I think it's all right too.
I have $100. I want you to know that I have that.
And Ghia, we love hundreds of dollars.
Yeah. Give us $100 and I'll drink a Ghia every week and I will say it's good.
Hey, save it for the email I'm going to send. But so we went to this place. It was amazing. And it was like the best sushi I've ever had. And we had a great like sushi chef because he wasn't like too chatty. He sort of gave us space. It was really delicious.
Okay. When you say that it was like the best sushi you've ever tasted, it's like fresh.
Super
and
fresh.
not very fancy.
I know you're from Vancouver.
I am.
So me saying sushi is good is laughable, but I'm saying for here and for what's available, like it was insane. It was so good. The tuna belly, like, oh my God, he did so much stuff. And then the miso soup, I can't even believe I'm featuring this, but it was like insane. It was delicious.
Better than a regular miso.
Better, served in sort of like a cup that never made the soup go cold.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then I went for ice cream after.
What kind of ice cream?
Okay, so here was the choice. Like it was a waffle cone, which I rarely do.
Wow.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you really pulled all the punches this week.
I pulled every goddamn punch.
Yeah.
When it comes to waffle cone, I don't want to overthink. 2 scoop. Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a 1 scoop plain cone.
Oh,
That's it.
I'm 1 scoop cup.
Cup?
Yeah, I'm like, don't even give me the cone. I know. But I did butterscotch.
Butterscotch?
I love like butterscotch
What are you, a
caramel.
newsie?
I know. When I worked at Dairy Queen, I like people who were like, oh, can I get a butterscotch dip? I was like, these are my people. Butterscotch dip. I did butterscotch and I did cookies and cream, but it wasn't good. It wasn't good. I can tell you that.
Yeah, it's because of the butterscotch.
Or no, cookie dough. Not a cookie.
Oh,
not a cookie dough in sight.
You didn't like? Yeah, was it just flavored?
But
there wasn't any real dough in there.
There was no real dough, and the butterscotch felt almost alcoholic. Like it wasn't good.
Like a rum raisin.
It was almost like a rum, which I love a rum raisin. But yeah, and then it's just been wine and charcuterie boards, like numerous charcuterie boards, which we both love.
I wish we had one right now.
I know.
There's a movie called the remake of the movie The Thomas Crown Affair.
I love that movie.
One of my favorite movies.
I just was talking about it the other day.
There's like a moment where he wakes up and like the breakfast that is laid out for him is just like a board. Like his like manservant just makes some sort of like a charcuterie board that he picks at all day. And I'm like, that's the rich life I want, would be that.
That's the only way to eat. I only want to do like dips and bites and rolling and picking and...
Because you might create a bite of food that has never been tasted before by a human mouth. Right? Sometimes you'll combine a few tastes on the charcuterie board and you'll say to yourself, this is brand new. I know it. I know it's brand new.
You know what? There's nothing more humbling than thinking you've done something really special and then everyone's like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, I've done that before.
You ever tried sumac and chili? It's like, Ghia's like, get on it.
Yeah.
We've already done it.
I remember way back when at university, I believe it was your partner I would mention a television show. I mentioned a television show. I think it was The Wire. And I was like, have you seen it? And everyone, including him, like surrounding me are like, we've all seen The Wire. The Wire. We've all watched it before.
Oh, you were really
Everyone knows all about it. And I was like, all right, fine. Happens with TV shows a lot. I'm always a year behind.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I still haven't watched The Sopranos. And like, I know, and I will get to it. But if anyone brings it up again, like...
I mean, it's very good.
No, I know. This is the thing. Everyone's like, it's good. I'm like, no, I get it. I get what you're saying. But it's just, sometimes I just want to watch. I've been watching a lot of Love Island. I'm watching, my girls.
You want some mindless stuff.
Yeah. Sometimes I just can't take it on. I think that's why I don't like horror movies. And I don't like when I know something's going to be really sad. Like I refuse to watch Hereditary, even though I like love Toni Collette,
Yeah, Sopranos, you got to lock in a Sopranos. There's like a lot of like complicated storylines you have to follow throughout.
I know, and I know there's going to be like death and
whacking. Yeah.
Yeah.
People get whacked.
And I love Edie Falco and I love, I love the whole shebang. But
yeah, I mean, one day you'll watch it and you'll say, this is probably the best show I've ever seen.
I know. I know, Brian. I know. But, I just got to be in Europe right now with my girls.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, because, it's coming down to it.
Okay. Charcuterie. What are you drinking? Just wines?
Well, here's what's okay. So it was charcuteries. It's been sushi. It's been a lot of wine because.
Do you like wine?
Love wine.
Do you like smell it? Do you taste it? Or do you just drink it? You don't give a shit?
Well, what do you think? Take one look at me and my fake fucking bush and you tell me if I have a palate.
I think you're a house white gal. That's what I think.
I'm actually not a house white gal. I will do a Sauv Blanc, which is basically the same. You can crack the bubbly.
Yeah.
And I got into a little orange wine, but the palate is lost on me, but I love a Sauv Blanc. I did a white wine sangria at a barbecue. I made it and I was really stressed out because I don't ever want to bring food or like that I've made or like a cocktail that I've made to give to somebody. That's like...
Sangria is pretty safe though in that regard. It's not
the mental collapse I had at this barbecue. Like the people were coming up to me being like, it's good. It's good. It's good.
Were they lying to you?
It hadn't sat.
Right.
It needs to sit. That's something you bring. And then I had cleaned it out, thank God, but I found this like kind of big, what I thought glass jug. And then the guy who owns the house was like, that's a vase. That's a vase for my plants. And I was like, uh-oh.
So people were having a little hint of fertilizer on the nose.
Yeah, and he didn't have a ladle, so he was just using measuring cups.
Wow.
To get it out. But it turned out beautiful. It was like a beautiful white wine, some brandy, Grand Marnier, pineapple juice, and soda.
That's a sangria? I thought sangria was just fruit and wine.
No, there's more to it. You can add a little, zhuzh. And I had oranges and frozen berries, and I drank a lot of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then last night, again, I capped it off. I said after like today, the week of debauchery is done. And at the barbecue, I had like racks of ribs.
I love ribs.
Me too. Korean style ribs too, like the little guys. And then I thanked the person who made them. I said, these are magical. And then I went to the bathroom and my face was covered in sauce.
That's got to be a compliment though. Face covered in sauce.
It's been too much.
And now you need a rest.
I need a rest.
Yeah.
You know, like quesos. Like I wasn't thinking. I wasn't judging.
Quesos.
Yeah, queso.
Queso's bad. Queso
I know.
looks like it's dangerous on the outside of your body because it looks like the inside of your body.
I know. I love queso so much. Oh, I went and had martinis and had pizza and Caesar salad at Danny's on College, which I highly recommend.
Well, that's what it's all about.
We got to go for pizza there.
Okay. Sure. I
went to Caesar salad.
I went to a new Mexican restaurant that opened up on Bloor by my house.
Okay.
And just walked in there, sat down, 4 tacos for $20.
Ridiculous.
Great.
Okay.
I'd say that's cheap.
I know, but inflation got us. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Go on.
These were the fattest tacos I've ever put in my mouth.
Little
in my
burritos.
entire life. I couldn't finish all 4. I had to take one home with me. Sometimes you'll order the tacos at a restaurant, and they'll come in their appetizer size.
I know.
These were big tacos.
Why did you take it home?
I couldn't finish it. I was too full.
But like, that's not going to travel.
I made it for breakfast the next morning.
What do you? Oh, just the insides?
I heated it up and had it with eggs.
You heated up a full. Well, what was the mush level of the tortilla?
It was like a soft shell. A soft shell?
It was melted through.
Yeah, it was very soggy one.
Ew. What? With eggs?
Yeah, with scrambled eggs.
It's too soft. What was the protein?
It's like a pulp, like a birria.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
That's all too soft. With eggs?
Yeah. A soft breakfast. I don't know.
A soft breakfast or a soft boy.
But they were playing traditional, like regional Mexican
Hell yeah.
ballads or something.
Beautiful.
And I would be lying if I said I wasn't stirred by this music in this restaurant. I was listening to this singing, this like emotional singing, and I was like, I don't know if I've ever felt something from music as much as I was feeling it in this moment. And I was like, is my favorite style of music
Mexican
ballads?
You just thought of every sister, every best friend that you dated.
I was eating these tacos and I was like, I'm sad. Like this music is incredible.
We had really different weeks.
that was I mean, you had to go. You ate a lot of food. I love
so
that.
much. I know, but I was at the gym and it was like, I'm working out here just to keep it base.
Yeah, you're holding it at bay.
We're not improving, and
You're maintaining.
I'm maintaining. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Bad.
like when you see somebody at the gym and they have the perfect body, and
yeah.
you're like, why are you here? Like that's a dark. I feel like that's not fun for
They're
these
maintaining
because they're just maintaining it.
No, but now they've got the zest. They've got the zest for fitness, and that's what we're doing currently. I think I'm developing the zest for weightlifting.
Really? What do you like? You like? Here's the thing about weightlifting with me. I love weightlifting, but I get injured.
You need a trainer.
Very easily.
I just deadlifted, I believe 195 today.
Wow.
And I've squatted that too.
You squatted 190?
190.
I don't squat anymore.
Why?
Because I'll fuck myself up so bad.
Yeah, but that's why you need a trainer, because I went up to, I had the bar and then we went up to 110. Or no, so then I guess I probably squatted like, I don't know.
What do I need to squat for?
It's so good, but I had him behind me, and it was like, you have to remember to engage your core and your ass, because if you don't do that, your back's gonna blow.
Yeah, I blew my back out so many times
because you don't have a trainer
at the gym, and I blew it out in January. The worst that I've ever done anything like that in my life.
Oh, really?
And I thought I had to go to the hospital because I couldn't hardly move. But first, I took an Uber to a physiotherapist also in Yorkville.
Hello.
I just picked a random one.
Whoa.
And I walked in there and I went, I need you to tell me if I have a herniated disc right now, because I think
you're in so much pain.
I think I have to go to the emergency room. So can you tell me if I have that? And then I'll go, because I don't want to go if I don't have it.
And what'd they say?
He's like, okay. He didn't love it.
And did you have one?
No. I just like tore a full muscle.
You've got to come to my gym. Well, I'll save this for off the pod to boss you around, but let me tell you, you got to come.
I can't afford it.
Oh,
I can.
okay.
I'm fine.
I know,
I'm fine. But I just
You work full time.
right, and I pay per month what you pay per session.
Okay, we'll take this off the pod, but I'll tell you who wins.
Yeah, I'm not squatting 190. That's for sure.
I think I might be lying about that number, but
190 is.
No, it wasn't one. I deadlifted 195.
I believe that you squatted 195 pounds. I would have believed it.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. What I'm saying is I've deadlifted 195.
Mm-hmm.
And today I had 110 on the bar plus the bar. So that's like maybe
That's 150 pounds.
155, 160.
Wild.
It's terrifying. I thought again, and I hate saying blow my back out because it sounds like I really had a night.
Yeah.
I got my back
Nothing
blown
like,
out.
yeah, nice like charcuterie.
Get your back
some
blown out.
sangria, and then you get your back blown out.
If I could be honest, if I have a full charcuterie board and a bunch of white wine, the last thing I want is to get my back blown out.
Yeah, there's something about being too full, and then someone be like, "Let's have sex." I'm like, no.
No, that's psychotic. Whenever I go to the keg and just have a big steak dinner, I'm like looking around going, no one's having sex tonight.
Yeah. Then there's
no
also
way.
something about just like the way it jostles my insides about that I have to go to the bathroom and there are like massive pockets of air inside my intestines now. And it's just like,
Oh God.
and that's because we had a big meal and done it. Yeah, so.
Yeah, you can't have sex after a big meal, and that's really the sign of intimacy. Just knowing like we can't. You got to have sex before. When everyone's like date night, we got to bring romance back in the relationship. You got to have sex before, then you go out somewhere fun.
Yeah.
Because you're feeling light and bright, and you can have queso for two, and you can just like let it go,
Yeah. I agree.
You can unbutton the jeans at the table, because if you're unbuttoning the jeans at the table and you haven't even done the deed, like, come on, that's not happening at all.
Wow. It's the way to go. I hate being full, but I also love it. But that's the experience I want.
You love to, I know, but there's something sad also about being full because it's done.
Yeah, we can't be tasting anymore.
We can't be tasting.
Really, it's all about tasting.
It really just is all about the tasting.
Are you an Olympic person?
No. Oh, Celine Dion.
Yeah. Celine Dion is...
Celine Dion. Have you watched the doc?
Okay. Yes.
Oof.
This is okay. So I've been watching videos of this Celine Dion performance.
Yes.
And there are occasional people who are being like, well, she's lip syncing. It's pre-recorded. There's like something going on there. And I'm like, I could give a fuck.
I could give a fuck. And we'll say it here and we'll say it loud and proud. We could give a fuck.
First of all, she is singing. Her jaw is tense. Her throat is tight.
Of course they're putting a backing track.
Yeah, because it's the Olympics and every single person it's the largest stage in the world. Everyone is doing that.
She's singing in the middle of the Eiffel fucking tower.
It's unbelievable stuff. And the last image we saw of Celine Dion from that documentary was her on that table having a seizure.
Yes.
And it was hard to watch. And that's the last image almost anyone saw.
Yes.
And then months later, she appears on the Eiffel Tower, standing up.
Eiffel Tower.
One of the most badass, like triumphant things I've ever seen.
When she says, if I can't run, I'll walk. If I can't walk, I'll crawl. Mm-hmm. Hello.
I will sing again.
I will sing again. And guess what? She did. And for any, okay, also, if you're one of those people online going, she was listening, what are you doing? Because I can only imagine you're pouring a bunch of queso into your asshole.
Exactly.
What are you doing? She's the best singer of all time.
Yeah, and she stood up there and she just nailed it, and she spiked the lens. I want to know.
Oh, she spiked it. She knew what she was doing.
I want to know if that was. I mean, I'm sure it was choreographed because that is a hyper choreographed moment at the Olympics.
Yes.
But in my mind, I'd like to think she thought, I'm gonna just go right into that camera for a second.
Oh, she did right in.
So good. She's like, I'm singing personally to everyone in the world right now, and it was good. And she's not even from France. She's French Canadian.
It was stunning. It was a stunning performance. I bawled my eyes out watching it. And it wasn't like me being like, oh, this is something to be emotional about. I was simply taken by the moment of Celine.
Everyone was. I've watched countless people are like, I cannot believe that.
And you know, this was going around TikTok, but she was talking about how she was like, I'm like a metaphor of like being an apple tree and giving out apples. And then now because of like her health conditions, like she's not giving out apples and she doesn't feel as like wanted. And then one of her fans says, we don't want the apples. We care. We love the tree. Mm-hmm. And I just think anyone sending sort of hate comments about Celine Dion, it's like, what do you want from her? And you know what I mean? We can't let a woman live. We can't just be happy to have this woman back on her feet, maybe with a little support.
Yeah, no, to go from the seizure on the table to that standing on the Eiffel Tower, that is enough.
She looked amazing.
Yes.
She looked amazing. Yes. My dog's starting to cry because it's just a true and a beautiful emotional moment. She looked amazing. I loved that. And then Simone Biles, I just watched. I caught up on all the...
She's doing the flips.
I've been missing stuff because of my time of debauchery. I've been too knee deep in the boards of charcuterie to really lean out.
Yeah, can I get the gold in that? Fuck. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I would get a gold medal without even
I'd get
trying.
A gold medal for eating it, but putting one together,
no,
I wouldn't even... If I have to,
that's a different category.
No, if I have to put a charcuterie board, if I have the stuff to put a charcuterie board together, I'm just eating it out of the bag.
Here's a question I want to ask you because I was just talking about this with a friend of mine. Because she was like saying how, like I can, like if her girlfriend has stuff in the house, she'll eat it, which is me. But she's like, oh, I can just like stop. And I was like, excuse me? Like treats and things. Like I had a friend of mine, I was telling her in high school, I opened her fridge and I was like, what is that? And she was like, oh, it's just like half a chocolate bar. Like I was full. And I was like, pardon me?
Oh, that's something to look into from a mental health perspective.
I think so too. Can you imagine finishing half a chocolate bar and going, I'll save the rest?
Yeah, I have to make a conscious effort. I have to think, if I start that, I'm finishing that. So should I start that?
I know, because it's going to true Pound Town.
I will often get like a self-tape audition where I have to eat something.
Oh, yeah.
And if it's a bag of chips or something, I'm like, I'm just going to have a few for the audition. And then I'll just, I'll put it down. You got to rice cake it. That's your food for auditions? Well, yeah. When I was doing them, like, especially when you would go in for them, it was always like a rice cake. Mm. One time I'd eat a rice cake and pretend it was a burger. Dry, tough. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I'm like, once it's in the house, like I cannot stop. That's not happening. Yeah, I freeze a lot of things. Oh, like I have a lot of frozen things. Okay. I take from the freezer a lot. You take from the freezer a lot? Yeah, like most of my food is frozen, and then if it's time to eat it, I'll take it out the night before, and that's what we will eat. I don't just have fridge or dry snacks. I don't like you saying, I will go to the freezer, and that is what we will eat. Yeah, you open the freezer and you go, what did I freeze? Like, what's old? I don't mess with that. Really? I don't mess with that. I have a weird food thing because my grandmother, like, if she couldn't remember when she bought the milk, it had to be thrown away. Oh, I'm that way. If something's been left on the counter I don't remember, it's gone. Yeah, so now you have a germ thing. Are you open to talking about it? Sure. I mean, I just don't share drinks with people, really. That's crazy. What? No, it's not. Let's just say you had a milkshake and it's really good. Yeah. I can't have a sip. Not from that straw. But what do you mean? Well, I would say if I'm sucking on the straw, I'm not passing it over to you. But and I'm not letting you put your lips on the straw that I just put my lips on. What makes your lips so like worthy of cleanliness? Well, no, I mean, you can do that if you would like, but I'll be getting a new straw. That actually sounds so offensive. What? It doesn't matter who it is. No, let me say it to you so you can hear what it sounds like. Oh, you can have a sip. But I will be getting a different straw. Well, I wouldn't say it out loud. You just watch me silently do it. That's even worse. Why would I want? I don't. We just had a pandemic about this. You don't want to be sharing. You don't want to be sharing.
No. So I'm open. I mean, it depends, but among friends, like if you're at a dinner and I go, oh, Bryan, you simply have to try this Ghia sumac and chili.
I'd say I'll pour it in a cup.
Why the fuck am I working for you suddenly?
I'll be like, give it to me. I'll pour it in a little bit of a cup.
Give it to me and I'll pour it in a little bit of a cup. That's the words of the killer.
Look, I just don't
give it to me and I'll put it in a little cup.
She will give it to me and I will pour it in a little cup.
But what do you do on a date when someone goes, you gotta try this?
I will just, if
we're on a date, it's going well.
Okay, I'll try it then, but I don't like it.
You're gonna be upset.
Yeah. I'll tell her if it starts to become serious, then I'll be like, listen. Well, I'll share drinks with her. Right? I kiss that person all the time.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, what's the difference?
Well, the difference is you don't want to be doing it too much.
Okay, but I don't like that it's a tiered system now where you're like, she's fine.
Well, yeah, but because you've got that closed, it's
I guess
a closed loop, right? If I found out that she's out sharing drinks,
I bet she is
all the time with people.
I bet she is.
I don't even want to think about that.
Well, I mean, I am. I'm always, you know me. I'm tossing it around. You're coming in, new person to the table. Have a sip.
I used to the thing is though too, like back when I smoked weed, I wouldn't share drinks with people. Like I don't never do that.
You would share a joint.
But I'd be like, let's pass that sloppy fucking joint around.
Yeah,
all day long.
Gone are the days, and I'm really happy about that because we used to do it with strangers with a bobby pin. Just toss it, you pass it around.
Oh man,
did you ever do the bobby pin?
Yeah, or the roach clip.
Yeah, but it was like with strangers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do that, but
I used to get colds all the time, right? That's why.
Yeah. I will say the gross thing is when you see couples with food on forks, like sharing, like if we were eating out together, I'd be like, oh, you've got to try this. And I would like cut you a section to eat at your own time. You draw the line at grabbing your fork, piercing something and putting it in someone else's mouth? Yeah, but you're not my baby. That's the thing. It's not.
Oh, that's not a germ thing for you?
It's not a germ thing for me. It's just like, it's not goo goo gaga time. You're an adult and you can eat it at your own. What I'm feeding you now?
All right. I understand that, but I was just hoping you didn't just draw the line at solid foods.
No, I'm a pretty big dirt bag. I mean, I'll just 5-second rule, shit in the ground. Unless it's like a loose piece of turkey meat, then that's got to be tossed.
If I don't remember the last time that I cleaned my counter and like something that I'm eating like brushes the counter, I'll usually either cut off the limb, amputate, or I'll throw the whole thing out.
So it's a bit of like a real germ, like.
Yeah, I don't love. Yeah, and also my apartment's like old and it's crap. I have this like little galley kitchen. It's almost impossible to keep it clean. We've
got to do an episode at your apartment. I've really got to take it in.
Yeah,
I've really got to take in the space.
Okay, it's fine. We can. We can do it next week.
I love that you're just always open. I can just force my way in and you're like, okay, what do we
I'll have to tidy up.
I mean, this is my stress every Monday.
Yeah, but my place is not this. My place is
my place has got a dog screaming in the back, fighting the sedative, which prescribed, by the way.
Yeah, like I don't lay a spoon on the counter.
What?
I'll lay a spoon on a paper towel folded up on the counter.
Okay, that's crazy. Listen, I'm raw dogging cheese. I'm bricking it off piece by piece. Counter, raw dogging. Counter.
Man, no
Full on.
way.
Full on.
No way. The counter's not for anything.
I think it is. And I do lemons, I do limes. I'll do a citrus on the counter. Just a quick little.
No, that's what the cutting board is for.
I know, but if it's not within reach or it's in the dishwasher.
The cutting board goes on the counter. That's it. Nothing goes on the counter. Food. No food goes on the counter.
You're very like, it's almost like a Viking rule or something over here with you.
Yeah.
In the freezer, what will we eat? Cutting board, only on counter.
I don't know.
You got to loosen up. You gotta suck the stranger milkshake, you know?
I don't know. I'm also paranoid about like undercooked meat.
Me too. I mean, I gotta say, like, I'm not cool about food. Like, I think that's why I don't really use the freezer. Like, if I can't remember when I bought the chicken, even though it is frozen, I don't trust that my freezer hasn't like turned off.
Oh.
Because like we had a power outage, a couple weeks ago? All that shit was gone.
Really? Freezer stays fine if you don't open it. Fridge you throw out. Freezer's good.
Okay, so you're not cutting a lime on the counter, but you're just like seeing how the freezer reacts to no power?
Yeah, I mean, it's a cold, sealed box full of other cold things.
You just described your apartment as a dark, crazy place. And
Yeah.
you think that freezer's going to take care of you when the lights go out?
Oh, and man, I'll level with you right now. I'm feeling a little dicey about my freezer. But that's just because the fridge is old. I need to
What have we become?
What? I don't know.
Here we are, like in our late 30s, just staring at the fridge and freezer, you know? Gone are the days of the raves and the bobby pin roach clips. And now we're going, oof.
Yeah, now.
When did that go bad?
Now I'm buying like frozen Loblaws Blue Label burger patties. Sometimes I'll just have a couple of those for dinner.
Is one of your topics your love for prepackaged PC meals?
No, I don't love prepackaged PC meals.
Yeah.
I love frozen burger patties.
No, but you were really onto the chicken cordon bleu for a while.
Oh, the chicken Swiss, the cordon bleu?
Yeah.
I love that
I
shit.
know, and I
But
was like, do I have to write a letter to Bryan and check in?
it hasn't gone down in price in almost 2 years. And I have a conspiracy theory that it's because I was making videos, anti-Loblaws videos, and complaining about the chicken Swiss specifically, that Ghia Muslim was like, we're never lowering the price of the chicken Swiss. Because it's been $19.99 for years.
And how many fillets do you get?
You get 4.
That's not bad.
It is, compared to what it used to be.
What was it?
You used to be able to get it for $12.99 sometimes, occasionally $9.99.
There's something about it being $9.99 that doesn't make me feel like it just feels like it's going to give me diarrhea.
That cheese product is, it's called cheese product. It's not called cheese. It's called cheese product. It has this special tang to it that is so good.
Tell me your most like dirt baggiest snack.
Oh, I think my most dirtbaggy snack is plate nachos. Just nachos.
The divorced dad special.
And cheese.
In the microwave.
In the microwave.
I'm going to blow your mind here and tell you, I think we've talked about this before. I don't like nachos.
What?
I know.
It's not to like.
I hate nachos.
What? But you like all the things separate.
I know. And I don't know what it is because like when I was a kid, like I didn't love stew and my mom would have to like separate the items from the stew and I would eat it because I was like, that makes more sense to me. And I don't know if it's that about the nacho, but I've never had a hot nacho. Okay. It always comes a bit cold. It's always a bit congealed. There's never enough sauce.
That's the best part.
Then it gets really soggy, which is not my jam. Like I remember we would have like sloppy joes as a kid and I would cry because of the soggy bread I would have to endure.
You don't like anything soggy. You were upset about the tacos I had earlier.
Yes. It's really quite gross. And like, yeah, just any soggy sort of meal.
You like crunch,
like a soft sandwich with no bite. Like this is why I pair my Subway sandwich with a jalapeno chip. I need a bite. Wow. I know it's kind of crazy, but I don't like soggy stuff. So nachos are completely lost on me. I could care less.
Interesting. I love them. I could have them all the time.
But that's also a communal meal.
Well, to some people.
What do you mean? You're getting no.
Hey,
Bryan.
I'm just by myself.
What do you mean? Not out.
If you're out, you got to get it with 2 people, I guess, or whatever, 4 people. But I could easily polish off the nachos on my own.
And have you gotten nachos on your own just as a meal with friends?
No, because people are always picking at them. You can never have nachos on your own unless
I know
you're
it's
alone.
true. It's really, really true. And that's the thing. I think the most brave person at the table is the person who doesn't feel compelled to do salad and says, no, I'll go with the fries, and then has to endure us
picking at them.
Picking at the fries.
That would be a real big move if you just went out to dinner with people.
Yeah.
You ordered the nachos.
Yeah.
Just for yourself.
I've seen people do that.
And you didn't let anyone touch them.
Yeah, that
you were
is
like, no.
Yeah, well, that is a crazy, and pardon me if we've talked about this before, but it's been a week. But when you go out and it's like if we went out for dinner, now I know you don't really love to share, so I would broach this, but we're sharing an appetizer, maybe 2. Okay, this is my ideal. We go out, we have at least 2 appetizers, and then we try the top 2 mains. But we have 2 separate plates, and we pick and we get multiple.
Yeah. I'll share appetizers with people.
No, but you've just made a real line in the sand where you don't want to share a main. I saw it come across your face. You are a solo mainer, and that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't love that if I'm going to order the main. But here's another thing. I won't order the same main as you.
Why?
I want to try something different.
Yeah, but so you want to share?
No. I don't. I want to have my own, but I want it to be different from yours.
Well, Belle, let's talk.
If you want to give me a bite of yours...
I don't now.
I'll have a bite of yours.
Now we're in a fight.
If you're like, can I have a bite? I mean, I'll give you a bite, but...
What sweet fucking twisted rules do you have? Okay, you're not going to share 2 mains with me, but you're going to order something else, but then demand a taste of mine? Get fucking bent.
I guess it depends where we go.
Name a place. The keg, I understand. A steak is personal. Unless you're getting like a flank steak with like a blah, 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 and it's all cut up and it's a bit of a thing that we try.
I'm realizing now that I'll share dip with people, no problem, but I won't share a drink with person.
It's the lips.
Yeah.
You just
it's the liquid on the lips. That's what it is.
Well, that's an alternative title for the pod today. Liquid on the lips.
Liquid on the lips. It's knowing that the liquid went in your mouth a little bit and then maybe back out into the drink. That's what I don't like.
The germs.
Yeah, but if it's like a dip, I feel like you dip it up, you eat it.
What if I double dipped in front of you? I'm quesoing. I take the bite. I'm going back in.
I'll mention it. I'll bring it up. I'll be like, what the fuck are we doing here? That's what
Would you really do? Would you go, what are you doing?
What are we double dipping for?
What do you mean?
I'll be like, get another chip.
A queso is like $25 or something.
Okay.
And they give you like 12 chips.
What do you mean they give you? Where are you going? Is this one you get at home, or you go to the restaurant for a queso?
I couldn't legally bring a queso into my home. Like, I think if I was at Loblaws and bought a queso, they go, no, for home, not you. No, if I'm out, we're at a restaurant, we get queso, they give you always like not enough chips. So I'm doing a bite. I'll dip, bite, turn, back end, dip.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bryan, this is quite shocking behavior, because there's a lot of rules, but it's a lot of gray area with you.
It's really a day by day. I take it day by day.
Well, don't we all?
Sometimes I don't care.
Oh, okay. So you're one of those.
I mean, I care about the drink almost every time.
Bryan woke up a little on the wrong side of the bed, so I don't think we can double dip the queso.
Yeah.
He says you might get a better sleep now that he's got
before
AC.
we go to dinner, how's Bryan tonight? You think I can double dip? Or is he going to freak out?
I don't think he's okay.
Is he going to say something hurtful?
Well, he just read a lot of the Celine Dion comments on TikTok.
Yeah.
He's really upset.
Yeah.
So
Can we just single dip the queso tonight, please?
And listen, I know that you're going to want to have him try that Coke float, but that's only for the lovers.
That's a little more of it.
He really makes us work for his lip access.
Don't say anything.
These babies are only touching 2 things. My own drink and the lips of a hot lady.
I think there'd be a lot of people that agree.
I'm sure. Like, I mean, now with paper straws, it's like, what the fuck are we doing with that?
Yeah, a soggy straw. Why is it soggy? Because it was in someone else's mouth.
And I know it's environmental, but I just think like, one turtle sort of like fucked around with a straw, and now I gotta try and suck a coffee real quick with a paper straw.
Yeah, there's something real, like, I remember I was in a car, like, sipping a paper straw driving to Hamilton. And when you drive it into Hamilton and it's just like an industrial, like, smokestacks everywhere in Hamilton.
Yeah. Yes.
You're like, like, that's the problem. Not me and my little straw.
Exactly.
It's like this black smoke billowing into the sky.
I know, it's not the paper straw,
Yeah.
or not the plastic straw. It's not helping, but I'm a plastic straw girl.
I hate those little sippy cup lids.
Thank you for bringing that up. And I think that's a real brave for us, because I can't take anyone seriously.
No, and they're just
I'm
like,
putting and you know what I'll do? I go, can I get a straw? And they go, oh, there's one. It's like the cup. I go, no.
no, absolutely not.
I'm 38 years old.
Yeah.
I've had a week. Okay. I need to suck this because I got a little charcuterie board waiting for me.
I get that cup.
Yep.
I flip it up. I put the straw where my mouth is supposed to go. That's what I do with that cup.
I really want us to go to dinner and just see what the dynamic would be.
I mean, it would be fine. It depends where we're going. Are we going to a nice place? Mm-hmm. You do any Michelin stars?
I have. I find them kind of overrated sometimes.
Really?
My therapist asked me what my hobbies were, and I said restaurants.
Yeah.
She goes, oh, you're a foodie. I go, no, just restaurants. I'll go to Eastside Mario's and have a great time. I just
Bada boom, bada bing.
Exactly. I just like to know that I'm going out to a restaurant.
It is nice.
I went out for wings this week. Oh, I did wings twice.
What kind of wings you like?
Medium. But here's the thing. I like spice. So I don't know why I've been denying myself hot wings my whole life.
But is it just Frank's Red Hot? Buffalo?
Mm-hmm.
That's not hot.
So I get medium, hot sauce on the side. I don't really love breaded. I love like just the lightly breaded. Those thick daddies I'll take. But I like a Frank's Red Hot medium, blue cheese, tons of it.
Ugh. Blue cheese.
The best.
It tastes like vomit.
I love it. I will suck it down.
I like ranch.
With a plastic
I do ranch
straw.
on my
Oh,
wings.
Brian, you're not sharing a fucking milkshake, but you're gonna suck down ranch.
Yeah, ranch on hot wings.
That's nasty.
Blue cheese is, I don't know. It's an acquired taste, I guess, but it's no good, man.
Well, I've acquired it, and I love every goddamn inch of it. When you get the chunk of blue cheese, too.
Oh my God, it's so gross. It reminds me of a tonsil stone.
Okay, Rich.
What?
I don't have any stones to speak of in my tonsils.
You don't have tonsil stones?
No, but I know what they are. But no, thank you.
I get them all the time. So satisfying to suck one out.
Ew. Brian, Jesus Christ. That's from ranch. No, but I had... That's from ranch. That's not good.
You got a ranch stone back here.
Yeah. Oh, I have these smelly little white rockets in the back of my throat. The doctor's like, what have you been eating? I don't know, just fucking piles of ranch.
He's like, that'll do it.
Oh, you're so, oh yeah.
Every time I go to the doctor and they look in my mouth.
They call it the Hudson Valley.
Oh, man.
Let me guess, you're a full male guy too. No Miracle Whip for you. I like Miracle Whip.
Oh, yeah. I like Hellman's or Kewpie. You ever have Kewpie?
Of course, but it's too heavy.
It's not perfect. It goes good on. I can't imagine anything it doesn't go good on.
Oh no, I'm a Miracle Whip kind of girl.
Miracle Whip.
There's no quite like,
Miracle Whip always tastes and smells spoiled to me.
No, it's got the zip. It's got the zip of Miracle Whip.
Zip. It smells like.
We're so different taste-wise, Brian. This is so fascinating to me. We really should, for the pod, go for a nice dinner.
Yeah. I mean, we can taste test things on here. People love it when I do food reviews on my TikTok.
Yeah, but I'm not subjecting anyone to listening to me chew on this podcast.
Oh, yeah. Chewing's tough.
It really enrages me. There's a commercial right now for IKEA on the radio that I hear when I'm driving. And it's like, oh, I'm not even going to do it for people, but it's like how... like the sound of drinking out of a $25 glass, and this woman fully swallows, and then you hear her like mouth paste open, and she goes,
no.
ew. And then she goes, now from a $23 glass, and she says the same thing. But you hear her swallowing in her mouth, and it's repulsive.
Interesting that you find the sounds from the mouth repulsive.
Yes.
But not the liquids
What do you mean?
when you share a drink.
I know. I'm a freak. I'm a little freak. No, I want us to go on we'll go for a nice dinner, and it'll be it could be tapas, or it could be,
I want to do the Schlins. I want to go Michelin star. I've never done that.
Okay, well, we can do that. We can do that too. We'll do a nice dinner.
I'd love that.
It'll be nice. I went to a French restaurant, and I got steak tartare.
I love steak tartare.
Me too. It was crazy. Dirty gin martini with it, and snails on puff pastry with butter, and liver mousse.
Liver mousse. What is that? It's not foie gras. Is that foie gras? No.
I'm sure it's a bit of that. It wasn't my fave taste, but it was really quite nice. But then I got gout immediately.
You got gout?
No, but I feel like when he dropped the bill, it just said, "You have gout now."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was really rich.
Dropping
That's what I'm
it.
saying. Like, I've just been finding myself at these meals.
Have you ever gone to a restaurant that's cheap or a pub or something and they have
Yes.
steak tartare?
No, never.
And you're like, why? There's no
I'm not doing-
way this is a steak tartare place.
No, I know. And when people take the risk, like when you go to like kind of like a shit, just nasty place and they're like calamari, it's like, not here. Don't do that here.
No, that's just from the bag, from the restaurant supply.
Yeah, but you know what I always do at a dive bar if I'm hungry? French onion soup. They're not fucking that up.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
I know.
I love French onion soup.
Me too. It's really quite the time.
I'm wondering sometimes when I have French onion soup, if there would ever be too much cheese on top of it. If I would ever be like, that's too much. 3-4 inches probably would be fine with me.
Oh yeah, do you ever, when someone eats something, you go, "Oh, it's so salty," and then you kind of have to pretend that you agree it's over salted, even though you're like, "This is the best thing I've ever had in my life." Like, I'm a salty, nasty little devil.
Yeah, I love the salt.
Yeah,
I will oversalt things when I'm cooking a lot.
Oh, me
though,
too.
and I don't know really how to.
My aunt used to put salt on her KFC chicken, which I always thought was absurd.
I feel like it would just fall off. We're talking about the like fried chicken,
You bite the skin and then you salt
and then
the chicken.
she salts the inside.
Yeah.
I see what's going on there. I mean, you never know who's working the grill that day, right?
It's true. So what do you think what do you think would be a great thing for the pod where we go for dinner?
Well, I think it has to be really expensive.
Why?
I just like that.
You won't go to my gym, but you want to go to a Michelin star restaurant? Okay. So we'll each blow a bunch and get some good.
Yeah, little bites.
Share?
Yeah, we can share the bites. It's fine. And we can...
Well, I don't want to go to a meal with you where you just keep going, "It's fine."
I mean, I'm going to talk all about it if we're spending the money. It's good. We can go to the Maddie Matheson's place. That place will really break
Prime?
the bank. Yeah.
The seafood place.
Yeah, that's expensive.
I want to go there. I'd blow some stuff there.
Right. We're talking, these are $150, $200 steaks.
That's crazy. I'd
Yeah.
be scared to order it. It's like when you buy something from the Apple store and you're like, you shit your pants a little while they go to get it. You know that
Yeah.
you're gonna have to pay it soon.
You're just standing there with all the people around you, and you're like, I'm about to tap for $1,200.
Yeah, exactly. Tap
tough.
for 12. What kind of credit rating do you have?
I got great credit. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but my credit's fabulous.
That's amazing. Can't relate, but when I try and tap, they go, "I don't think so. Not for you."
Yeah, you got to insert.
Yeah, they're like, "You got to insert and you got to prove to us what's going on with this."
Exactly.
Well, let's do it. I mean, like, I'm down because you just gotta try the finer things.
Sometimes when I order a really expensive steak, or I don't actually do that very often, but I don't because I'm just worried it will taste like steak.
Bryan,
Like,
there's
just like a
too
normal-
You've got too many rules.
I'm like, what if this is just like a steak, like a normal? It's like
You're being like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh.
that's true.
Have you heard that before?
No, but I have an energy.
Oh, what if I get this thing and it tastes like the thing it says it is?
When I'm don't know if I'm depressed or not, like feeling depressed or not, I will start to realize that I am thinking about food in terms of just like salt and I'll be like,
Yeah.
that doesn't taste like a delicious steak. That's like that's just some salt and some sugar.
Wow.
And like it just like as a taste thing. And I'm like, oh, I'm depressed. Okay.
Thank you. Good night. And I'll see everyone in a couple of months when this balances out.
Exactly. That winter.
The winter.
The winter will get me down.
Well, now that we're doing this pod, we're going to keep it, light and right. You'll never feel it again.
Yeah, I got to stop doing chocolate reviews in December on my TikTok.
Yeah. Your last Lint review, there's something more funny than it's like, day 14, let's see what we've got.
Yeah. And then I'm sad and I gain a lot of weight and then someone will bring that up. The doctor will be like, you don't have a lot of sugar? Like, you don't have a lot of
You're
sugar?
like,
And I was like, yeah, I'm having like 10, 20 lints a day. They're like, well, you're probably sad because you just had so much sugar in December and you gained a lot of weight.
And you're like, yeah. But do you know about digital creation?
Yeah.
Do you ever,
I get paid $0 for this? Nothing.
do you ever like throughout the day go, oh, fuck, Oh shit! I have to make my lint review.
Those were great. I loved the.
No, I did too. But I'm just like, the funny thing to me sometimes is like the silly things that everyone does in our lives that we put so much pressure on. Where it's like, are you like out and you go, oh fuck, I forgot to do my lint review, and you have to like run home and take a bite and go,
yeah,
cinnamon, dark.
Sometimes I'll be out and I'll get an idea for a video, and I will be walking around in the city, and I'll think to myself, when I make this video,
yeah,
I will become the most famous person on the planet.
Oh, I know.
This is going to be the bit.
I've done it too.
That sends me to the moon.
Yes.
And then I will go home and I will make it and I will post it.
I know.
And it will be the worst performing video that I have ever. The movie Oppenheimer was made about the bomb that I just put on the fucking internet. And I thought that I had gold.
Oh, I mean, first of all, if anyone takes a little scroll on my TikTok, you can see the humble numbers. But I always say in sketch comedy, the funniest thing is the biggest drop is when you come out in a full costume and a wig, and that doesn't get a laugh. I can guarantee whatever you say ain't gonna get a laugh either.
Yeah.
And it's the hardest fall.
Mm-hmm. No.
Humbling.
When you watching the TikTok numbers go up, and there's a moment when you first post a video.
I know, and you go, here it goes.
Where it doesn't crest 1,000 views quite as quick as the successful ones, and it's over.
Oh, I love that you're into the thousands. I'm like, oof, I've got 50 views and no engagement. This thing's going to soar.
If it hits 3,000 plus
oh my God,
in like under 10, 15 minutes, you're on the road.
Wow.
But man,
damn.
most of them are real stinker. I'm good at bombing now. I feel okay about that on the internet.
You got to be okay with it. I mean, well, that's the thing. It's like, even starting this podcast, it's like we all got to just push past embarrassment a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. Like I failing a bunch. That's why I didn't do it for so long, because I just didn't want to fail.
Well,
and I only started making videos every day.
Well, I told you to.
And because you told me to, but also because I had to get really comfortable with fucking up and failing.
Well, yeah. I mean, like we said last week, you know, the queen shits too. So it's like everyone's just got to go for it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I can't wait to see what piece of food-based musical comedy gets a tepid response this week. But it's coming.
What are your topics that you have to absolutely discuss at this particular juncture?
Oh, we don't have to discuss
No,
anything.
I know. But I like the homework that you do. Everyone is hot.
Right. Everyone is hot.
Like sexually or warm?
I wrote Everyone is Hot down because I was watching House of the Dragon.
Oh, everyone's talking about this. I haven't watched House of the Dragon.
Okay. And I was wondering to myself, do you think that there's ever going to be a time in the film and television industry where
the Uggos return?
I
know. I mean, I hope every day.
Where it's like every story doesn't need to be told by a hot person.
I don't trust a hot person. Like, there's a reason that we're still using memes of Jason Alexander from Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he's an Uggo. I'm saying he's TV Uggo. Seinfeld, everyone looked wild.
Yeah.
Elaine, gorgeous.
But Michael Richards,
exactly. Jerry Seinfeld.
And now it's like every single show. It's like, why is that, I wonder? I guess they're just like the people want to see nothing but hot people.
Well, even Big Bang Theory back in the day, I was like, these are nerds. These are like the hot sort of version of nerds.
I remember seeing like real pictures of Johnny Galecki, and I was like, this guy is so good looking.
Yeah, he's like wearing rings and like curled up his curls. Yeah, he dated Kaylee Cuoco for years.
Really?
Yeah, can you believe? Even Jim Parsons is like adorable.
I wonder why it didn't work out. Yeah, it's tough. Showbiz. That's showbiz.
But everyone's too hot, and it is true. And we talked about this with Twister as well. It's like we really need to revamp movies and TV, because that's like, you know, remember when Girls came around? We were like, wow, Lena Dunham has a boyfriend, and she's, you know,
it's kind of seen as like a brave thing which is weird. Like,
I did this short film back in the day, short film sketch, and it was with my friend Jason, and we are in our underwear.
Oh my goodness! So brave.
So, well, this is what happened. So we did a live show where we were in our underwear, and then we shot it as a sketch, and we put it into a couple little festivals around here. And we were like finalists for something. And they have us line up, and there's two women that were stars of this like queer film where they're like naked and making out. They're hot.
Right.
Hot gals.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. You know, they were going lips to lips, you know, there was no, you know,
Air tight.
And then there's freaking Lumpy and Dumpy, me and Jason standing beside them. And the woman, the panelist running the festival or whatever, went on and on and on about how brave Jason and I must have been to be seen in our underwear, which we were like, she basically was just calling us really ugly.
Exactly. It's like you've committed that to film.
But the women beside us in the film were also in there.
Yeah.
But they were hot model, and they were never applauded for their bravery.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I need to see. Yeah, I understand.
And it's just like, yeah. So, yeah, we need to see more bravery, let's say.
Right.
Yeah, on the screen.
I need that needs to, more of that.
Let me decide who's hot.
Oh.
Let's go by talent and just let me decide. You know? Chris Pratt, back in the day.
You like that?
Oh, Big Pratt? The only Pratt.
You don't like the muscles?
No. He lost his spark.
It's tough watching a show and you're like, how is it possible that everyone in this world is this good looking? That's not real at all.
Well, they're not. I mean, they're sucked and plucked.
Yeah.
And they're all smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, and they're all on those Ozempic.
Oh, which, you know.
And they're all doing steroids.
Get me into it.
Yeah. Give me cigarettes, Ozempic, steroids.
I fell on Ozempic.
Right. You get me on the steroids, I'll go to your trainer. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. We'll roid up.
Roids and ranch, baby. That's it.
Roids and ranch. First of all, if you're not watching this, Brian's basically horizontal on my couch.
I'm relaxed. I'm feeling good. I got the feet up.
No, I love it. Okay, what's the last topic that you think would solidify our episode today?
Oh, I found an immersion blender on the side of the road yesterday.
Brian, if you said you picked it up,
and it's in my home now.
No,
it's a nice immersion blender.
Okay, I don't want to like break the fourth wall, but you have a job.
Yeah.
What's an immersion blender? $30? You saw an immersion blender around where we live, and you picked it up?
Yeah, it was in a pile of stuff because people moving out, so they leave the stuff on the side.
Yeah, that's the Toronto special, but you don't need to get an immersion blender off the side of the road.
Well, I wasn't like by a store, and I thought that's a great... And I said, that's a good looking immersion blender right there. That's a good one.
Why do you want an immersion blender?
In case I got to blend up the soups or the sauces.
Are you making the soups and the sauces?
Nah, I borrowed an immersion blender once from a friend. I made a soup.
Get a blender.
I have a bullet. I don't have the counter space for a blender.
Again, I don't know if you can see this, but the way you're responding to me with your eyebrows. I have a bullet.
I have a magic bullet.
Yeah, no, you need to grow up. We've all done the bullet.
Yeah.
You got to get like a ninja blender or
It's
something.
a counter space issue for me right now.
Okay.
And now I got to make room. An immersion blender goes in the drawer, but I got to clean it tonight. That's what I'm going to do. Clean it tonight really well.
How are you going to clean it?
I got disinfect. I got some Clorox wipes, and I'm gonna really spray it down, wipe it down.
Okay. I don't love this. And if you come to my house with a soup, I'm not eating it.
Well, the blender will be clean.
I'm not eating soup off of a road immersion blender.
I wasn't out there for long.
No.
It was, but to be
you don't even know.
I don't know. Between the time I went to the gym and came home, someone put an immersion blender on the side of the road, and I got it.
Well, comment below. I mean, would you immersion blender on the road? Let us know. Not me.
I love getting kitchen gadgets from the side of the road.
No, stop that. Stop that. Enough.
I live in the annex. People put a lot of good stuff out.
Sure, I know. Like, you know, I get it. I'm not like judging. I've grabbed stuff off the road too, but My friends got a bunch of stuff off the side of the road, and then they all got bed bugs.
You don't get anything soft off the side of the road.
But you thought for a second you might.
Yeah.
You considered it. I watched you go.
You only get hard plastics, hard metals off the side of the road.
Yeah, that actually is a really great tip because we've all made that mistake. We've gone wood and we've gone fabric, and it's always leading to bed bugs.
If you see a nice rug,
I know.
a nice rug,
I know.
you're like, that's an expensive rug. I know it is, but there's them bugs up in there.
There's bugs on it. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can't. Well, I would like an update on the immersion blender, but I just want to get you a blender, I think.
I can't. I don't have, again, counter space.
I don't like all these rules. I kind of would like you to send me an email, map them out.
All my rules?
Yeah.
I don't even know them.
Depends on the day, baby.
Yeah, I might just make one up and there'll be a new one next week. You'll see me sharing drinks with like a crowd of strangers. And
you have to admit that if we were at a party and you just perchance were in the mood and shared a drink, I'd see it and I would come right over and that would be the end of your night.
Right. And then I'd get tuberculosis or something and I'd be like, see?
That is true. Something bad will happen and prove your point and it'll really piss me off. That is true. Well, do you think we've done it or is there a topic you want to say?
I think we're good. We'll get it. We'll get him next week. I got lots. I mean, I just keep adding to this list. Black mold's been on there a couple weeks running. But I don't even know what to say about black mold.
Do you have black mold?
Certainly. I don't think I've ever lived in a place without black mold, honestly.
Me too, but it's just like I like what floats in your brain when you go, we got to tackle that. That's been on my mind the last couple of weeks.
I'm always wondering. I'm like, man, have I ever not been in the vicinity of black mold? I don't think so.
Right.
I go in a place and I can tell if it doesn't have black mold. I hate
You can tell. You can feel it in the air.
This place has probably a little.
I invite you to my home.
You can't see it. It's in the walls.
I set up the podcasting equipment.
Yeah.
I offer you a Ghia sumac and chili.
Yeah.
I give you a bubbly, and you have the audacity to tell me that you can sense there's black mold.
Just a bit.
It smells in here is what you're saying.
It's an old building.
So
no. I don't smell it. I don't smell it. I just can tell. I can tell. People that have been around it long enough can tell.
You can tell it's in here.
Absolutely. It's in my apartment. Right? Anything rent controlled has got the mold.
What you're saving in rent, you will put towards medical.
Exactly. Yeah. You're getting mesothelioma, I believe is the.
Do you remember that commercial that was always like, do you have a vaginal mesh? Remember, or the mesh, the heart mesh or something?
A vaginal mesh?
We'll cut that part.
I do. I do have a vaginal mesh. It's got one in my junk drawer.
I think it was a vaginal mesh. I'll find the commercial. I'll send it to you. Offline, of course. Once I finally give you my house's Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I still don't have the Wi-Fi.
My phone died. That's a whole other thing.
We could have been looking up all sorts of stuff.
I know. We will next week. If there's anything you want. Oh, here's something fun. If you like this pod, thank you for listening or watching. What do you want us to look up next week? We've got devices and we'd love to use them.
Yeah, we really want to use our iPads.
Yeah, Brian's got a real nice one, and I think we should do a full unpacking of what's going on. Also, I would love to talk about some reality TV because you've kind of fallen off in a way that's making me quite sad because you were like my guy.
Yeah, I'd like to watch it. I'll watch an episode.
Because we have two other dear friends who watch Vanderpump as well, and I feel have wild opinions from me on it. But you've been off. You've been off the TV.
It kind of makes me feel...
Makes
me feel kind of sad, but I'll get back. I
thought you meant the shows make you feel kind of sad.
Just that one did. It wasn't as fun anymore. Wasn't as fun anymore. I want a fun one.
You didn't care about the Scandival? The cheating?
That was fun.
Yeah.
But the next one. I watched all that season.
This last one.
Yeah.
It didn't make me sad at all. Who are you sad for?
Just in general, just the lives of these people.
Oh, Brian, don't go there.
All right. I won't.
I wish you were watching Love Island UK with me. I think you would have had just an absolute splash.
The next one you watch, I'll watch it.
Well, I was watching Real Housewives of New Jersey, which is probably going to come to an end fully as a cast. Andy Cohen's over it. And I feel like Housewives would be a really fun thing with you.
Sure. You let me know and I'll watch it.
Okay. Well, if you have any suggestions, comment below.
Is that it?
What'd you think of the pod today?
I liked it.
You did?
I liked that it's all over the place. I'm a big fan of that.
I can't believe we didn't stop the pod and talk about your tonsil stones, but you know what I mean?
Every doctor I've ever been to said you should remove those tonsils. But I'm not getting it. I'm not getting my tonsils out as an adult.
I'm not sucking your fucking milkshake, and I'm keeping these. Okay, well, good for you. We adore you all, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, bye.
It's Stacey and it's Bryan. It's Stacey and Bryan.